Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn has gone head-to-head with the Deputy FBI Director. The Republican lawmaker didn't hold back in a Senate hearing where she questioned Paul Abate about his knowledge regarding a redacted FBI-generated FD 1023 form. After a lot of back and forth over whether this highly controversial document even existed, the FBI gave in to House Republicans last week by letting them review it. The document dates back to June 2020, where it alleges that Joe Biden could have been involved in a criminal bribery scheme with a foreign national when he was the vice president serving under the Obama administration. The House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer last week initiated contempt proceedings against FBI Director Christopher Wray after he refused to give in to their subpoena, which was to hand over this document. He then allowed James Comer and Democratic ranking member Jamie Raskin to review the form in a closed meeting. Not long after, he gave in to request to let the entire House Oversight Committee review it for themselves. However, it had not been made public. The problem is, now Senator Chuck Grassley says some of that document was redacted. But why? Well, Senator Blackburn was determined to find out.
You chose to redact it, yes or no?
We often redact documents to protect
So
sources
you chose
and
to
methods.
redact the fact that there are 17 voice recordings, 2 of those with the now president. You chose to redact that and not to give that to House Oversight.
I have
Is
no
that
idea
accurate?
if there are voice recordings or not. What I will tell you with respect to the
You
document,
the
document was redacted to protect the source, as everyone knows.
Well, then
and this is
let-
a question of life
My
and death,
time has
potentially.
expired.
Marsha Blackburn is referring to comments that Chuck Grassley made earlier in the week. He claimed that the document that was provided to the Oversight Committee was redacted, and that version reveals allegations that the person who allegedly bribed Joe Biden and his son Hunter actually kept 17 audio recordings of the 2 of them as an insurance policy.
The foreign national who allegedly bribed Joe and Hunter Biden allegedly has audio recordings of his conversation with them. 17 such recordings. These recordings were allegedly kept as a sort of insurance policy for the foreign national in case that he got into a tight spot.
The reason why, according to Paul Abate, that this document was redacted was in order to protect the FBI's informant, which was a life or death situation. The FBI informant who made these allegations in the FD 1023 form is considered a highly credible human source who has worked for the Bureau for over 10 years. The Bureau had been hesitant in even acknowledging the existence of the document for the informant's safety. Senator Josh Hawley followed up on the FBI Deputy Director's claims about the informant's safety being the reason as to why this document had to be redacted. He pressed Mr. Abate on whether the FBI will release this document to the public.
It is potentially a question of life and death
For whom?
with regard to the source of the information.
So now we've confirmed that the document exists. That's progress because the FBI director initially denied that it exists. Why did he do that?
We have already and previously acknowledged the existence of the documents.
Yeah, after you first denied it. Now, when a member of this committee read it, right, the FBI director, let's just get the record straight. The FBI director initially said it doesn't exist. Then Senator Grassley said, I've read it. Then he said, oh, okay, well, gotcha. I guess it does exist. Now you're going back and forth with members of this committee what's in it. Why don't you just release it? Is it classified?
The document is not classified.
Okay. Will you commit to releasing it?
Senator, we'll take that back and we will work with you and this committee.
How about just a yes or no? Will you commit to releasing this unclassified document that alleges that the President of the United States has taken $5 million or more in bribes from a foreign nation?
The document has already been released pursuant to a subpoena to the House Oversight Committee.
Has it been released to this committee?
We'll work with this committee within the parameters that are established to meet
Will you
the
release the
request.
document to the public? It's unclassified. Don't you think the American people have a right to see it?
Senator, the document, as you know, contains sensitive information that has bearing on the life of the source of the information, potentially.
Sources familiar with the FBI document told Fox News that the informant had met with this executive who allegedly bribed the Bidens numerous times for years starting in 2015. The executive is believed to have been working for Ukrainian gas company Burisma Holdings. This is the company that Hunter Biden sat on the board of between 2014 and 2019 and was said to have been paid millions for it. According to invoices from his now infamous laptop, Hunter Biden was paid $1 million a year, which was about $83,000 a month. The payment dropped significantly in March 2017 when his father was no longer the vice president, resulting in $41,000 a month. The source told Fox News that both Joe Biden and Hunter Biden were paid $5 million each by the Ukrainian executive as some kind of retainer for dealing with a number of issues. The executive was seeking advice on gaining US oil rights and getting involved with a US oil company. At the same time, an investigation into Burisma Holdings was hanging over his head. The source also claimed that these $5 million payments to the Bidens were done through various bank accounts so that investigators would not be able to unravel this for at least 10 years.